And you're back here on Open. By Your Side tutoring has positively impacted the lives of hundreds of students in the Bronx, Manhattan, and Queens. Their goal is to reach the 5 boroughs of New York City by this year. Now, here to tell us how their tutoring program is different from all others and why they're successful with their methods is CEO and co-founder Jonathan Berenger. And we thank you so much for coming and sharing with us, Jonathan.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you here. And so when we look at tutoring, it's something that a lot of students need. It's something that is beneficial. Definitely. And you guys are taking an approach that may be a little bit different than norm and making it work.
Yes. Well, when we started the company back in 2009, we had 3 goals in mind. Number 1, we really need to show parents that we're working by their side. Mm-hmm. Number 2, we want to show students that we're working by their side. And number 3, we also want to connect and work with teachers in the schools to show them that we're working by their side to help their students progress academically.
And so when you talk about working by their side, you have a system set up. And so when you begin the tutoring process, let's talk a little bit about your pairing meeting.
Yeah, so our parent meeting is when we go to the parent's home. We have a supervisor that meets with the parent, discusses the contract with the parent, you know, everything that needs to be discussed. Mm-hmm. But also they get to pair the tutor with the student. So they get to meet, the parent gets to meet the tutor, they discuss the contract, but also what's going on there is any questions will be answered. And also we're introducing our strategies. We're introducing the way we formulate our tutoring process.
And when you talk about process, I want to talk about some strategies because you have a more for less strategy. What's the more for less strategy?
Yes. We're very excited to have our more for less. I mean, we all love more for less. We all love more clothes for less money.
Of course.
You know, some of us more food for less money, you know, and of course the children more games for less money. So basically, the more for less, we want to spend more time focusing on creating a solid foundation and less time running through topics. Mm-hmm. And now we understand that teachers are time bound. They have to get from Unit A to Unit B. And so in that run through, what happens is that some students are lost. Some students stay behind. And now we may think that the advanced students, or those who are a little bit more ahead, they may not fall behind. But what happens is that we see both extremes happening, where the students who are advanced, they might feel that it's too slow for them, and they might fall behind. The students who are already behind may feel that it's too quick, and they might fall behind. So we focus on creating a solid foundation. For example, before moving on to division, let's focus on multiplication. Mm-hmm. Let's create a solid foundation. So we really focus on reinforcement and creating that solid foundation with our students. And
you guys just don't tutor, you really just, you have a process of going there. I talked about the pairing process, and I also want to give a little bit of time to share a little bit about your initial assessment, because you spend some time really trying to find out how, why, where.
Yes. We have a 2-hour assessment. After that pairing meeting where the supervisor meets with the parent and the tutor and the students, where they meet, then the first initial assessment, the first session is the initial assessment, which is in 4 parts. The first part is 2 state exams, both math and ELA. The second part is writing. We need a writing piece. With the Common Core in place, they're really focusing on writing, and we need our students to start learning how to write, become better writers. So that's the second part, of writing piece. The third piece is a learning styles assessment. You see, we don't want to just tutor our students just the way we see things and through our perspective, but we want to teach them in a way that they're going to learn according to their style. Some students are visual learners, others are auditory learners, more kinesthetic, very hands-on learners. So we assess their styles, to then present our tutoring in a way that they're going to learn best. That is our third part of the assessment. And the last part is what we call a social assessment. Basically, we have the understanding that in order for there to be a highway of learning, there has to be also a highway of connectivity. We want our tutors to connect, to engage with the students in a way that they're going to understand how to best provide the tutoring in a way that they understand and that they feel comfortable with. So a social assessment is just a few questions as what are your hobbies, what do you aspire to be when you get older, things of that nature.
Talked about the Common Core, and everybody seems to be worried about the Common Core. And what's been your reaction from parents when you talk about the Common Core? Because they want to see their children succeed, but know this is a major hurdle for them. Are a lot of parents really coming with that in mind?
Yes, indeed. We have a parent who came from Florida into the system, and her first grade daughter has no idea what's going on in her math class. The mother, very intelligent woman, but cannot help her daughter. And we have many parents, many students who are coming to us. They're going crazy. Some of them tell us that even the teachers aren't fully aware on how to teach the methods that are in the Common Core.
Yes, sir.
And so we find ourselves heavily working with our tutors to train them to make sure they are equipped and ready to present tutoring that's Common Core related. It's just very out-of-the-box thinking, out-of-the-box strategies. We know that math is math. Universal language doesn't change, but the methods are not the methods that we learned when we were kids. So we're working very hard to make sure our tutors are equipped to present tutoring that's engaging our students when it comes to the Common Core.
And you're giving that out-of-the-box tutoring component.
Yes.
And what's been the reception? Because, when you're teaching somebody something that's out of the box, traditionally sometimes there's a resistance because it's not the traditional norm. What's been the reception for you?
Well, we find ourselves, when it comes to the Common Core, teaching the student, teaching the parent, and sometimes even teaching ourselves. So we explain to parents, if there's a topic we don't know, we'll get back. The methodology. We're YouTubing more often. We are Googling more often to make sure we have a full understanding. So parents are receptive in the sense that they're understanding that this is new. They're understanding that this is something that's out of the box. So we're there by their side, and they respect that, and they're thankful for that.
Yeah. People want more information about you guys. Where do they go?
Yes, our website is byyoursidetutoring.org.
We want you to come on out and find out more. Now, who's eligible to be tutored?
Yes, all students in the Bronx, K through 12. There we go.
You got something for them. All right. Jonathan Berger, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
And best wishes as By Your Side Tutoring is looking to bring your kid to a different level academically and socially. And thank you very much, Jonathan, for coming.
Thank you so much.